Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Scotiabank Saddle Dome as we're here to take on the Calgary Flames. The Hartford Whalers post-trade deadline where we unloaded some players have been playing pretty good here as we went 8-7 in the last episode. Now at Game 80, we're now just getting our last look at this Year 1 squad as JT Compher wins the draw. Victor Arvidsson's going to take it in for the Whalers, pickpocketed by Rasmus Andersson, who gives to Lindholm. Lindholm up to Kadri, who clears or dumps it into the zone for Calgary. Retrieved there by Dmitry Orlov. Fighting in the corner, he gives to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson gives to Patrick Kane. Kane going to work it up. His centering pass there intercepted by Lindholm, who gives to Rasmus Andersson. Andersson, the last defenseman still on this Calgary Flames from their opening day roster, as they have 5 new defensemen on this team post-trade deadline where they unloaded Oliver Kylington, Noah Hannafin, as JT Compher is going to dance his way in and score, putting Hartford up 1-0. What a goal there from Compher, who nets his 16th of the season, playing solid hockey down the stretch here for Hartford to close the season. He'll pick up that loose puck and fire and beat Jacob Markstrom glove side. What a goal there from JT Compher, as he is also still among the league leader in hits. So as I was saying, Calgary traded away Kylington to Florida, Mackenzie Weegar to Chicago, Chris Tanev to Carolina, and Noah Hannafin to Detroit, as we're going to commit a penalty here. And that's Andrew Mangiapane, the former Calgary Flame, playing back in Calgary for the first time since Hartford took him in the expansion draft. And he's yet another player who has 2 years ago, Calgary was a solid playoff team. And since then, they've unloaded Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Tyler Toffoli, Matt Tkachuk, and then among those 4 defenders who I just listed. So total turnover here in Calgary as they're the second bottom team in the NHL this season, 1 point above the Seattle Kraken. As Scott Lawton looks like he's tripped as he is. So a quick shot there in front for Foligno, and Backlund will commit a penalty just 21 seconds into the Calgary power play. Calgary in a huge rebuild here as they're set to be among the bottom teams here for the next couple of seasons at least. There's a blatant trip there by Backlund. Now we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. And you see there at the bottom, Calgary has lost 7 in a row, only one win in their last 10, as they're kind of tanking here at a shot for the number 1 pick. Poirier will kick it along the boards behind the net. Picked up by Andersson, who will take it up ice for the Flames. Works it into the zone. Dekes his way in front, poked away there by Scott Wedgwood in goal for Hartford. Playing very good hockey here in the last quarter of the season for the Whalers, cementing his spot as maybe the backup goalie here going into next season. As Tyler Tucker is shot in front, pad save, as Hartford will now go on the power play for just 15 more seconds as it's dumped in. Picked up by Josh Brown as he gives up to Tyler Tucker. Tucker, one of our new faces post-trade deadline. As Scott Lawton, a chance in front. He won't get a shot off. Now Patrick Kane won't get a shot either. As a good physical play there in front by Leo Carlson as it's back to Tyson Barrie for Tyler Tucker. His shot. Pad save, Markstrom save again off the rebound from Lawton as Markstrom's going to freeze this one. And I did just vaguely touch on our goaltending situation. Both Matt Murray and Scott Wedgwood with not signed through next season. So it's a very weak free agent class in terms of goaltending. So next season we very well might have a tandem of Murray and Wedgwood yet again. Although we will explore some trades and see if we could maybe upgrade our goaltending, because it's not going to happen through free agency. Now JT Compher on the draw against Mikhail Backlund, the Calgary captain, as Orlov will get a shot in front blocked. Now Dylan Dubé with it. Loose puck picked up by Helllooo. Pelletier with it for Calgary. He'll dump it in. Into the corner there for Dmitry Orlov, who takes it the other way for Hartford. Gives to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane over to JT Compher, who works his way in. Loose puck in front, picked up by Backlund. Now Dubé with it for Calgary. He dumps it in as both teams will get a line change here. Tyson Barrie will give to Logan Stanley over to Scott Lawton. Lawton steers his way in. Pass in front for Tyson Barrie. In front now, Mangiapane, who couldn't get it on net quite. As now Mangiapane back with it in front. Picked off there by Vro, a new Calgary defenseman here. As like I said earlier, 5 of these 6 Calgary defensemen playing post-trade deadline. So a lot of young, inexperienced players here, as we'll certainly look to take advantage of that. Backlund now skates it in for Calgary. To Dubé in front, blocker save, Scott Wedgwood. He hasn't had much action here early on, as Mangiapane will take it up for Hartford. Loose puck, dribbles down. Now Allen with it, over to Backlund. Hard hit there from Scott Lawton as he takes possession. Now loose puck for Hathaway. Hathaway shot blocked. Behind the net for Stanley as he wraps around. Sharangovich gives to Ruzicka. In the neutral zone, now Hathaway enters the offensive zone for Calgary. Picked up by Lawton. Hathaway back with it. Skates his way towards the net. Overtaken there by Carlson as Hathaway recovers. Loose puck to the blue line for Calgary, as Calgary defender there was laid out by Nolan Patrick, who's back in after an injury. Leo Carlson gives to Nolan Patrick. Patrick up on this third line for the first time this season. Carlson now with it in front. His shot save. Markstrom pokes it away into the corner. Now Carlson recovers. Good forecheck here. Good shift. Ceci now. Shot blocked in front. Still behind the net. Jake Evans now with it. Patrick in front. Rebound. Carlson save. Poked away again by Markstrom. Good pressure here. Cody Ceci's shot pad save Markstrom. Now Carlson in front with it. And his shot saved. Markstrom denying everything here, as Calgary's going to take it back. Good strong shift there from that third line featuring Leo Carlson, Jake Evans, and Nolan Patrick. Shot blocked there. Loose puck in front, picked up by Patrick. Now Ceci gives to Foligno. Foligno takes it in. McMichael a shot from the slot. Pad save Markstrom. Hartford with a flurry of chances here. Towards the end of this first period, as Foligno takes over in a neutral zone. He'll dump it in. Giving chase against Rasmus Anderson, who goes to Poirier for Calgary. Lindholm picks it up, entering the zone for the Flames. He works his way towards the net. Peels back. Huberdeau picked off there. Good play in front by Tyler Tucker, as Entwistle will take it the other way. 2-on-1 here for Hartford. Poked away. Good defensive play there by Poirier. He gives up the boards. And that's going to be a penalty on Mackenzie Entwistle working against Lindholm. And I thought it was a good aggressive play, but I guess they're going to say it's a little over-aggressive, as he's going to go for cross-checking. Mackenzie Entwistle with 3 goals in the last episode, kind of leaving his mark towards the end of this Hartford season. And he's a player who's going to have to compete for a roster spot, assuming he's retained, which I believe we will, as he's a restricted free agent. He won't demand much money. Confer now out there against Backlund. Won by Backlund on this Calgary power play. Sharangovich for Rasmus Anderson. And that's a glove save for Wedgwood. Now defensive zone face-off here for Calgary with Confer and Mangiapane out there. Confer and Mangiapane, 2 players signed through next season. That's going to trickle into the neutral zone, picked up by Sharangovich. Dmitry Orlov gives chase. Peeled out Sharangovich in front for Poirier. He can't get a shot off. And then it's going to loop around the boards, picked up by Dmitry Orlov. He'll clear it up. And Haimosami will pick it. And now Mangiapane overtakes, as they'll get a 2-on-1 here shorthanded. He gets a weak shot in front rebound, and Confer couldn't locate it there. It was a little behind him. Calgary works up ice now with, wow, what a big hit there. And that was Cody Ceci. Now transition here, Calgary. And Scott Wedgwood slams the door against a Mikael Backlund one-time attempt in front. Both teams went down the ice, and Calgary was able to get a nice chance there, as Elias Lindholm is on the draw against Scott Lawton. One there by Lindholm to Huberdeau, now back to Anderson. Coronado. Kadri, he gets a shot off. That's wide. In front, back for Lindholm, and he's going to get the backhand 5-hole on Scott Wedgwood, as Calgary ties it up here on the power play. Elias Lindholm is 22nd of the season. One of the few talented players remaining here in Calgary. And that's a quick, easy finish there for Lindholm. working against Josh Brown there in the front of the net. And Wedgwood's not quick there in the 5-hole. As that's his 55th point of the season. Dylan Dubé and Kadri each with 60 at the top for this team. Now a 1-1 game here late in the first period as Calgary gets a face-off win. Poirier gives up to Lindholm. Lindholm overtaken by Tucker. It looks like they're going to go for a tripping penalty on Patrick Kane as we'll get the extra attacker here. And we will not do much as it's intercepted there. A tripping penalty on Johnny Huberdeau. So each team with 2 penalties here in this first period. As Hartford will go on the power play for about a minute and a half here. Patrick Kane, he's someone else. I'm not sure if he's going to be back next season. It all depends on how much he's demanding. That's something we're going to have to think long and hard about. But at the end of the day, I think we might do it. We'll see how much. I'm projecting us to have $44 million in cap, so we have plenty of money as Calgary will get a chance here in front. Sharangovich shot save Wedgwood. Quick chance there for Calgary on the penalty kill. As we'll have Kevin Rooney and Hathaway out on this penalty kill unit up against Scott Lawton. As Scott Lawton wins the draw to Leo Carlson. Gives to Orlov to Patrick Kane. He's hit off the puck. Arvidsson now picks it up. Loose puck for Haimasami. Vero with it. Poked away by Arvidsson. Back for Carlson. Carlson turns up ice. Works his way in. Gets some space. Now Lawton to Kane in front backhand. And that was pushed away by Jacob Markstrom as that developed quickly there for the Hartford Whalers. And Kane got a quick rip-off. As Rooney will get a shot there at the buzzer. Gloved by Scott Wedgwood. So the Hartford Whalers are playing pretty good hockey so far. But Jacob Markstrom just playing very good as well on the counter. And outshot them 11-7 there. But I think we're going to start getting some of these chances falling here as we enter the second period of a 1-1 game on the power play. Scott Lawton out there against Nazem Kadri. Kadri wins the draw, of course, in his second season after signing a big deal coming over from Colorado. Loose puck picked up by Leo Carlson. His pass goes astray, and it's going to be picked up by Poirier. Leo Carlson jumping for that one on the clear attempt as Sharangovich picks it up. Now Kane with it in the neutral zone. Goes the other way. Leo Carlson. His pass blocked there by Poirier. Poirier playing some strong defensive hockey here in this one. Kadri's going to dump it in as Calgary kills off that power play. Now Lawton for Hartford. And he can't do anything with it as it's picked up by Kadri to Lindholm. Lindholm to Kadri. Kadri from the corner in front for Backlund. Stolen there by Patrick Kane as Mangiapane takes it the other way. Mangiapane working towards the net. Carlson now. His shot pad save, Jacob Markstrom. Mangiapane back to Kane. Now Tyson Barrie to Scott Lawton. He gets a shot off. That's wide. Good shot there from Scott Lawton, just wide as Backlund takes it the other way for Calgary as he's met there by Tyson Barrie. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Mangiapane. Carlson to Mangiapane now. Mangiapane pass intercepted by Kadri, who takes it the other way. 2-on-1 here developing for Calgary. As Kadri works towards the net pad, saves Scott Wedgwood. Retrieved by Mangiapane. Loose puck now to Tyson Barrie. Patrick Kane with it. It's going to be overtaken there by Rasmus Anderson. Hartford really has to get a line change here. Scott Lawton giving chase. Now back to Viro. Backlund takes it in for Calgary. Almost works his way in there, but loose puck kicked away there by Tyson Barrie. Now picked back up by Mangiapane, who's still out there to Leo Carlson. Scott Lawton met there. Good defensive play. Backlund takes it in for Calgary. Now Phillips with it. In front of Coronado. Save Wedgwood. Picked up in the slot by Carlson on a centering attempt as Patrick Kane with it. He'll give back to Mangiapane, who gives to Lawton. Now Tyson Barrie with it. Takes it into the zone. Overtaken there by Allen, one of the new Calgary defenders here. Phillips now to Rooney. Coronado takes it in. His shot, a rip there, steered away by Scott Wedgwood. Now in front for Rooney. And he's going to get a backhand right in front for his second goal of the season. The Hartford Whalers just could not get a line change. And Kevin Rooney, that's only his second here for the Flames. Right in front. And that's the second time Wedgwood was beat by a backhand in front of the net. You really can't let them just get right in front of the net like that. So now the Hartford Whalers go down 2-1. But at least they'll get a new line out there. That's a fourth line goal for the Calgary Flames, one of the worst teams here in the league. So that's got to mean that fourth line is one of the worst in the league as well. Allen now to Rooney, just off a goal. Phillips now. Or Plandowski. Still in the neutral zone here. Kevin Rooney now. Confer's going to take it. He gives to Cody Ceci. Now Kane. Why is Kane still out there? Arvidsson. Allen will take it for Calgary. He'll dump it in. Cody Ceci giving chase. Picks it up. Now Logan Stanley. In front for Entwistle. Poked away. Logan Stanley. His pass picked up by Sharangovich for Calgary on the interception. Allen. He'll give to Hathaway. Hathaway will dump it in for the Flames. Logan Stanley picks it up for the Whalers. He'll give up the boards to Entwistle. Entwistle over to Cody Ceci with some space. Peels back. And he'll just lightly clear it in. Picked up by Haimasalmi for Calgary. Over to Vero. Loose puck off the hit. Picked up by Stanley in the neutral zone. He'll pass over to Mackenzie Entwistle. Entwistle, nice dangle there for Entwistle. And he had the pass there to Foligno. But he shoots. Saved there by Markstrom. McMichael now. He tries to pass for Foligno. Deflected away. Foligno now for McMichael. His shot off the one-timer went away. And then Entwistle is going to be overtaken there as Markstrom will cover it. Very nice move there from Entwistle, who I didn't expect to see a nice move like that. Showing some skill here from the power forward. As you see, Scott Wedgwood there with a 13-17 record. And pretty decent numbers in terms of save percentage and goals against. Quite similar to what he put up last year in Dallas, which I'm pretty happy with that. I liked his numbers, and Scott Lawton's going to be tripped there. I liked his numbers in Dallas last year, which kind of propelled me to select him in the expansion draft. And he's been, for the majority, up and down as our backup goaltender, but to close this season, he's really been strong. As Haimasalmi is going to head to the box for tripping. And Hartford goes on the power play with a chance to tie this game up. JT Compher out there against Kevin Rooney, 2 goal scorers in this game. Calgary wins that draw as Rasmus Andersson with it. Clears it up. And that's going to go out of play as Foligno jumped up to try and catch the clear attempt there by Calgary. As it will stay in the offensive zone for the Whalers. You see Philip Zadina there at the bottom of the screen. He's put together a career year for the Hartford Whalers as Dmitry Orlov shot blocked in front. Orlov, 24 years old. And some disappointing seasons. There's Foligno works his way in front, saved there by Markstrom. Zadina starts his career with a few rough years there in Detroit, but he's putting it together here with the Whalers. Very productive season as he's set career highs in goals, assists, and points. Now a minute 30 left as Calgary wins another draw. Poirier with it. We'll give to Sharangovich. Sharangovich dumps it in. Victor Arvidsson retrieves it. He'll give it to Zadina. Zadina's working his way in. On the side. His pass goes off the side of the net, picked up by Kadri, who can't get the clear, picked up by Arvidsson. Now JT Compher for Orlov. Over to Foligno. And he's going to lose it there to Rasmus Andersson, who gets the clear for Calgary. So this is a battle of 2 bottom 5 teams here. Now Zadina back with it. And his stretch pass intercepted there by Poirier. Good reach there to block that traffic. JT Compher with it in the zone for Hartford. Loose puck, he still gives chase. Now working against Allen. Allen gets rid of it to Haimasalmi out of the box now as Calgary kills the penalty. Zadina with a nice recovery there in the neutral zone as Orlov gives to Foligno, back to Compher. JT Compher loses it, recovers, tries to get the pass in front, but it's picked off. Now Huberdeau with it the other way. He'll give it to Lindholm. Lindholm with some space here for Calgary. His shot saved by Scott Wedgwood. I kind of hoped we'd score more than one goal through this game so far, versus one of the worst defensive units in the whole league. Scott Long with a face-off win. He's been our only good face-off man here in this one, as he's been most of the season. Now Stanley with it for Hartford. Weak shot there, paddled away by Markstrom. As Mangiapane with a rip in front off a feed from Zadina. Zadina playing very active hockey here. Logan Stanley now loses it in front to Kevin Rooney. Kevin Rooney hit there by Logan Stanley as Stanley recovers. Nice pass there for Zadina and work his way in. Pass behind the net for Mangiapane. Now Lawton to Stanley, and he loses possession as Coronado's going to get a breakaway the other way. Coronado for Calgary. Pad save and poked away by Scott Wedgwood. Now Phillips with it. He's hit there as his shot goes wide. Cody Ceci picks it up. He'll give to Scott Lawton. Haimaslami now with it in the Calgary zone. He'll give to Dylan Dubé. Now Backlund with a breakaway opportunity. Mikael Backlund, his shot. He went forehand, pad save Wedgwood. Now Evans going the other way for Hartford. Jake Evans hit hard there by Backlund. He wants that back. Now Evans with it. Gives to Carlson. Less than a minute left here in the second period. Carlson in front. His pass intercepted by Pelletier. Pelletier takes it the other way. Carlson giving chase. Now Dubé with it. His shot pad saves Scott Wedgwood. Orlov gives to Evans. Less than 10 seconds here for the Whalers to do something. Evans dances his way in. Loose puck in front. Nolan Patrick save Markstrom. So now less than 2 seconds left here in this second period. And Hartford with a chance on an offensive zone draw. Backlund out there against Comfer. As Backlund will win that, and Calgary will take a 2-1 lead heading into the third period. Not really what I was expecting or hoping in this one as we trail the Calgary Flames, but certainly one period, a lot can happen in one period, so we'll look to rewrite this one and take the lead, and hopefully they'll win. Our third to last game here in the season, so let's finish strong as Elias Lindholm and GC Comfer take the draw. Advantage Lindholm as he wins it back to Rasmus Andersson. Anderson takes it in for Calgary, closed off there by Dmitry Orlov, a strong play. Tyson Berry now with it for Hartford. He'll give over to Victor Arvidsson, who gives to Patrick Kane, who's sandwiched there. Picked up by Huberdeau now. Arvidsson retains it in the zone. He'll work his way forward to get a shot blocked, and it goes wide. Arvidsson now working against Kadri. Kadri overtakes him to Rasmus Andersson. Jonathan Huberdeau now with it for Calgary. He'll give to Lindholm. Good play there to get in front. As Tyson Berry overtakes, he'll give to Patrick Kane. Rasmus Andersson now with it for Calgary. As he skates back into his zone, wraps around, peels up ice, and he'll get it up to Huberdeau. Huberdeau over to Lindholm. Lindholm skates his way. Now Anderson gets a shot saved there by Scott Wedgwood. And it's been his last 6 or 7 games, Scott Wedgwood has allowed 2 goals or less, putting together phenomenal hockey, as I touched on earlier. Calgary get with a quick shot there off the face-off. Tyson Berry trying to work his way forward, now overtaken by Mikael Backlund. Backlund now with it again in front. As Hartford commits a penalty. Good save there on Wedgwood. That was a quick shot Calgary let off, but Wedgwood closed the door as Philip Zadina now commits a penalty, and Hartford heads back to the penalty kill. What do they call that? Hold? I didn't see. Was that holding? So Mikael Backlund out there against Scott Lawton on this draw. And Lawton wins another one here for the Whalers. Cody Ceci gets to clear out in the zone. Anderson picks it up in the neutral zone. Now Dylan Dubé will take it back in for the Flames. His shot saves Scott Wedgwood. Another penalty here for the Whalers, hooking for Marcus Foligno. And now he's at 100 penalty minutes even on the season. And now penalties in quick succession here for the Whalers as they'll be down 5-on-3 for a good bit of time. Chance for Calgary here to pull away with Backlund back out there on the faceoff against Connor McMichael. A minute 41 of 5-on-3 hockey Calgary will enjoy here as they win the faceoff in front. Loose puck picked up by Tucker. And now Josh Brown with it as he takes it the other way out of the zone. Works his way into the offensive zone for Hartford, just killing some time here. Gets some space in front for McMichael. Pad save there by Markstrom. McMichael with a nice chance here on 5-on-3. As Dubé with some space the other way. Closed out there by Tucker. Strong play there by Tucker. Sharangovich now back to Coronado. Dubé with it over to Rasmus Anderson. Blocker save. Scott Wedgwood. Loose puck picked up by Tucker. Tries to get the clear, and he will. Now Rasmus Anderson with it in the neutral zone. Enters for Calgary. Loose puck to Sharangovich. He gets a quick rip-off. Saves Wedgwood. Rebound went wide. Sharangovich back with it. Centering pass goes off the pad of Wedgwood as Hartford gets another clear there from Josh Brown. Just less than 10 seconds left now on the 5-on-3. And Philip Zadina now out of the box. Only 13 seconds left for Calgary. Time for one more rush. As Marcus Foligno is now out of the box. Hartford with 2 penalty kills there. Coronado a rip from the blue line. Save. Dubé after Kadri save. Wedgwood. Josh Brown outmans Kadri there and steals the puck. Now Dubé with the interception to Backlund. Backlund shot save there by Scott Wedgwood. Wedgwood under duress here. After a 5-on-3, and Calgary keeps the offensive zone pressure going. Now less than 13 and a half minutes left here as Hartford wins it off the faceoff. Patrick Kane will take it the other way. Kane dances his way in front of the net. Shot. He couldn't get a clean one off. Loose puck there. Hamasami will pick it up for the Flames, going the other way. He gives to Lindholm, entering the zone for Calgary. His shot, glove save there, Scott Wedgwood. Now 12:25 left in a 2-1 game, and Hartford's got to get another one on the board. We can't just score once in this game. Comfer on the draw against Lindholm, won by Comfer. Tyson Barrie able to win there using the body. Now Comfer in the neutral zone gives to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson back for Orlov in front. Comfer gets a better angle in front. Save there, Markstrom. Retrieved there by Victor Arvidsson in the corner. Now Patrick Kane. Tyson Barrie in the slot. His shot blocked in traffic. Victor Arvidsson back with it. Working in the corner now for Barrie. Barrie will give to Kane at the point. Now Orlov in front for Arvidsson. He scores! Good persistence and puck movement there for the Hartford Whalers as Victor Arvidsson buries a game-tying goal right in front. For his 20th of the season, now 3 straight seasons of 20-goal hockey for Victor Arvidsson as he gets some love from his teammates. Orlov's able to feed Victor Arvidsson right in front as he beats Jacob Markstrom. The Hartford Whalers tie this one 2-2 with 10:55 left in this third period, and we'll get another look at this third line of Leo Carlson, Jake Evans, and Nolan Patrick, 3 young players here who we haven't seen much of, but I think they've been very well when out on the ice together so far. Loose puck in the neutral zone picked up by Tyson Barrie. His stretch pass picked up by Ruzicka on the interception. He works his way in for Calgary. Tries a centering pass picked off by Orlov, but persistence there from Ruzicka to overtake. And now Hartford ends up with it. Barrie gives to Evans. Evans now for Leo Carlson. Carlson working his way in. Give it back to Evans. His shot pad save Markstrom. Tyson Barrie now. Gives back to Nolan Patrick. Leo Carlson over to Logan Stanley. Gets a rip-off glove save. Jacob Markstrom. Flashing the leather on a hard shot there at the blue line from Logan Stanley. Sharangovich against Jake Evans now on this draw as we have both third lines out there. One there by Sharangovich to Allen, who's going to take it up for Calgary. Hathaway enters the zone off a feed. Works his way in. Hathaway over to Ruzicka, who couldn't handle it cleanly. Now Sharangovich recovers. Ruzicka, another chance, pad save Scott Wedgwood. Carlson Evans, now Cody Ceci. Ceci's going to work his way in. Gives to Stanley in front. Logan Stanley shot blocked. Rebound there, Patrick Kane, and he couldn't put it home. As the loose puck goes to the corner for Stanley, now Mangiapane, his shot, glove save. Markstrom batted to the corner. As it looks like Calgary commits a penalty as we're going to get an extra attacker out there. And then Phillips will get that play dead as Ruzicka is going to go for slashing, giving Hartford a late power play here in a tie game. Ruzicka clapping it up at the refs there. It looked like he hit his former teammate, Mangiapane. So maybe some bad blood there between former teammates. As JT Compher and Kevin Rooney are out there on the draw. Compher wins it back to Barry. Gets a shot off the face-off glove save. Jacob Markstrom. So we'll have another offensive zone face-off here for the Hartford Whalers. One there by Compher. Back to Barry. He can't get a shot off. Blocked in front. Kevin Rooney picks it up out of the zone. Mangiapane now. Stalls. Gives to Tyson Barrie. Now Compher takes it in for Hartford. His shot. Blocker save. Poirier picks it up in the corner. He'll clear it up. Picked up by Foligno. Still in the offensive zone for Hartford. A quick rip. And patted away there by Jacob Markstrom. Poirier gives to Hathaway. Loose puck there in the neutral zone. Picked up by Mangiapane. He'll take it in for Hartford. Works his way into the zone. Now Zadina with it. He gives in front to Compher. Shot saved there by Jacob Markstrom. Foligno for Mangiapane. He gets a rip off. Blocked in traffic as Markstrom retrieves it on the side. With about 40 seconds left on this Hartford power play. Scott Laughton now out there with this top power play unit featuring Patrick Kane and Leo Carlson. Victor Arvidsson with the shot. And Markstrom just got that one. As Calgary gets a clear. 30 seconds left for Hartford on this power play. Picked up by Orlov. He gives to Scott Laughton. Laughton works his way up. Gets some space in front for Patty Kane. Can't get a shot off. Back to Laughton. Block in front. Now Arvidsson with it. He works his way in. His shot saved Markstrom. As Calgary kills that power play. Laughton now to Orlov. Over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson another chance in front. Save up Markstrom. Plandowski now with it for Calgary going the other way. 4 minutes left in this tie game. Well, trying to close him off. He can't. Ruzicka in front. Save Wedgwood. Patrick Kane now with it. He'll give to Arvidsson. Arvidsson up to Scott Laughton. We have a 3-on-1 here for Hartford. Laughton elects to shoot. Save Markstrom. Laughton still with it now in front for Arvidsson. Over to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane, his shot. Save Markstrom. Carlson a rebound in front. He scores! And more persistence there on the attack for Hartford as the rookie Leo Carlson puts it home to put Hartford up late. 13th goal there for the rookie Leo Carlson, and you love to see that. Markstrom on his booty there. You can't do much. And then Carlson an easy finish in front. And he gets that in to the corner of the net. Strong third period here from our Hartford Whalers. Now 2:53 left for Calgary here as they have a shot to tie it up as they win the face-off. Hamasami with it for the Flames. Gives to Lindholm. Lindholm skating around out there. He'll lose possession up the boards. Picked up by Victor Arvidsson. He turns into the zone for Hartford. Victor Arvidsson working his way over to Patrick Kane. Save Markstrom. Backlund will take it up for Calgary as only a minute and a half left in this game. Dubé with his shot. Blocker saved by Scott Wedgwood. Backlund now intercepted by Zadina, taking it the other way. Philip Zadina working his way in. Zadina now centering pass for Laughton, intercepted by Hamasami. 40 seconds left here for Calgary, working up ice. Backlund now with it as they pull their goalie for the extra attacker. Backlund shot saved there by Wedgwood, and he just closed the legs there. It looked like it was going to go 5-hole on a quick rip from Backlund, but Wedgwood a good save to preserve this lead late. 25 seconds left here. Elias Lindholm on the draw against Scott Laughton. Laughton wins it. Stanley with it. Gives to Ceci. Now Laughton. An obstruction hooking here late for Calgary, as Hartford will get rewarded with a 17-second power play. And at this point, don't even call the penalty. Just let it play out. All right, so Kadri will get this defensive zone face-off duty for Calgary, as they're going to need a quick rush up the ice here, down a man. Anderson with it. He'll give back over to Kadri. Now Sharon Govich with it for Calgary. Kadri in front saves Scott Wedgwood. So they do generate a chance going the other way on the kill. Now Compher in the face-off circle for Hartford. He wins it, and it looks like the Whalers are going to win this game as Foligno takes it the other way, poked away in the neutral zone. And Hartford will win this game against the Calgary Flames. You'd like to see them play a little bit better here against the second worst team in the league, but with Scott Wedgwood in net, we're able to put together a good performance and ultimately get the win here. So this is the last time we'll see this team here in year one, so cherish these last few highlights, as next year we're certainly going to have a new product out on the ice, and I have a feeling they're going to be much improved. And you see there, Leo Carlson netting the game-winning goal as the Hartford Whalers take down the Calgary Flames here 3-2. So following that 3-2 victory against the Calgary Flames, we'll now sim this home game against the New Jersey Devils and what's going to be our second last game of the season. We actually are going to throw Daniil Chayka in net for this one and give him one last chance to play here in year one. As nothing going after the first period where we outshot the Devils 10-5. So in that second period, and we let up 3 goals there to Tar, Jesper Bratt, Asplund, and then Mackenzie Entwistle. That's another one here in a late season surge from him. And we'll sim that third period. No goals there as we're outshot 32-23. New Jersey really takes it there in the second and third period as Scott Wedgwood is given a relief appearance and he saves all 20 shots he faces. Wedgwood continuing phenomenal play here down the stretch for the Whalers. So here we are at the end against Pittsburgh. And we're not going to quite play this one yet. There's something I want to do first. And we're going to take a look at Daniil Chayka, the defenseman we acquired at the trade deadline. He was placed here on our second defensive unit with Samuel Bolduc, who we saw a little bit in the preseason. And Chayka had been very good for us. 10 points here in 7 games and a +7. And you see there compared to his other team last year where he played 57 games, only 8 points. He has 10 here. So an improved point total in 40 less games. So here we go as we're going to get our first look at newly acquired Daniil Chayka. There it said it was his first game since being traded, but that is not true. This is his 18th game, I believe. So here Springfield's going to get the scoring started with Will Bitton, who has some NHL experience, as the Springfield Thunderbirds take a 1-0 lead here. Artur Silvas in the game at goalie, who's been very good in the regular season for Poughkeepsie, as we'll take over now. Kessel will give to Abramov. Then we're going to see Chayka on defense. Takes it over in the neutral zone, gives to Gonzalez, to Perreault. To Gonzalez, back to Chayka. And Chayka gives to Perreault in front, who's going to bury it. And Chayka's going to get the primary assist there, as Perreault is this leading goal scorer here in the AHL for the Poughkeepsie Panthers. His 23rd of the year. And he was our expansion pick from the Anaheim Ducks, former first-round Ducks pick. As he's going to knock the goalie's water bottle off there to net this game at 1. And Daniil Chayka with an assist there. You always love a goal where the water bottle gets knocked off. Now 1-1 and later on in the second period. Face-off went back to Chayka. He hits Ali Leixel. And Chayka nets another assist on a goal there from Ali Leixel. He spent 7 games in the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers last year. We added him to the AHL club over the offseason. He's going to end up the team leader in points. So Ali Leixel leading the way there for the Poughkeepsie Panthers as he gives them the lead there in the second period, 2-1. Another good feed there from Chayka as we'll start back up here in the third. Pekka battling for it for the Thunderbirds. He's overtaken there by Akatiuk. Now Graham Clark. Gonzalez. Now Graham Clark ends up with it and he'll have a breakaway opportunity, but he's going to be slammed there by Zarenko. And Graham Clark, he was our addition from the Devils, as now we are at about halfway here in the third period. Dean with it. And Daniil Chayka there for us commits a tripping penalty, so he heads to the box for 2 minutes. The Panthers would kill off that penalty, though, and preserve a 2-1 lead as we kick ahead now late in the third period. Bitton with it. Gives to Dean. Dean over the center to Kessel, back to Dean. And Daniil Chayka just lays out Dean. Really setting the tone there late in the game in a 1-goal game. And we'll just let the rest of the game play out here as Prince for the Thunderbirds dumps it in. Akatiuk picks it up. He emerged as our top defenseman down there as Tyler Tucker was called up. Akatiuk has a chance to crack the roster next year. Damiani now, patience with it for Pittsburgh, entering the zone to Will Coyle. Coyle gets a rip off. Akatiuk retrieves. His pass around the boards, picked up. Just 20 seconds left in this game as Coyle is going to go in front. His centering passer for Lykesell save. And Will Coyle gets a feed from Lykesell and buries a goal as Lykesell gets his second point. And Will Coyle nets his 19th of the season. Coyle, our expansion pick from the New York Rangers, and he had the most growth throughout this season in our AHL club. And 2 great chances there from Coyle as he buries that second one. And that's going to do it in this one, as we got a nice look at Daniil Chayka, newly acquired from the Vegas Golden Knights. And we saw a couple other contributors such as Will Coyle, Joel Perreault, Nikita Akatiuk. And those are guys who are going to be emerging here in the next couple seasons. So now we'll just get another look at that Daniil Chayka hit, which really set the tone there late in the 1-goal game. Very good two-way demonstration here from Chayka with 2 good assists and that big hit as he ends up as the second star. And I was just messing around here in instant replay, just give you a little slow-mo and some angles. And then you see Chayka's stat line, 2 assists and a +3 as a second star with 2 hits as well. So the Poughkeepsie Panthers finished the season at an impressive 47-27-8 as they finished second in their division. So we're definitely going to monitor their progression in the AHL playoffs, and we're certainly proud of their efforts this season as they had a lot more success than our NHL club, but our NHL club is definitely going to show some improvement going into year 2. As you see, Ali Lykesell led the way in points there with 61. So to wrap up this episode, we're going to simulate our last NHL game here for the Hartford Whalers in year 1 of this series. And we added Leo Carlson to the top line for this one, and we're going to throw Matt Murray in it. We're going to finish the same way we started with a Matt Murray start in net as he faces his former team to wrap up the season. And the Penguins just missed the playoffs as I think they were bested by Carolina and Columbus there in the Metro. So this first period in our last game, we don't do too hot. We give up 4 goals, a pair there to Evgeny Malkin. Nothing there in the second. And the third period, we give up another one to Rust as Confer is our lone goal scorer, and he'll score the last goal for us here in year 1 as we fall 5-1 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that'll do it, folks. Early on in the series, I placed our over-under for wins at 33.5, and just as you have it here, we end up with 34. So we do hit the over, and I think I should get a job there working in Vegas with the odds makers. So the Hartford Whalers end the season 34-41-7 with 75 points, and that's going to be tied for 5th worst, I believe. Yeah, so we're tied with the Blues for the 4th worst record. So we're certainly going to have a high probability there in the draft lottery, which we'll get to in the next episode or 2. The next episode will recap the season. We'll go over stats. We'll look at some of our prospect there in the AHL. We'll go over the playoff picture and simulate this entire postseason and work our way towards the NHL draft and really kickstart this second offseason. It's really our first full offseason. Last offseason we'll call year 0 offseason. So our year 1 offseason will be fully engaged here in the coming episodes. So certainly stay tuned for that as we look to improve this roster and kind of propel ourselves into a playoff caliber team heading into year 2. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support here through our first year in this series, and I hope that you stick around for year 2 and following years to come. So as always, folks, it's been real, and be well. I'll see you next time.